Rolling.
Hi, I'm Megan. I'm from sunny Leeds. Ooh. Thanks for that.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the podcast, which is named Talking to the Actor.
Talking to the actor.
Yeah, we're here with an actor.
Yeah. Who are
Hello,
you?
actor.
Hello,
Who are you?
I am Megan Paul. That's
It's
my
Megan
name.
Paul.
It is Megan Paul. My name causes a lot of issues, but it's just Megan and then Paul.
Nice.
That's it.
How was the pie?
How's the what?
The pie.
Oh, the pie. It was quite a lot of pie, more than I expected. Couldn't breathe, but
Yeah.
hey ho, no worries.
Yeah, I feel Sam got distracted whilst he was making that pie. I feel there was probably a lot more pie to that pie than no one's.
It's probably my fault for talking, but
The bowl fills quite quick anyway. And yeah, like I'm spraying and the next minute, like, it was just big. And then
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
know.
okay, well, if I start acting like this is too big and taking stuff off, it slows down and, you know, first timer, she won't know that this is
no, I was naive. It filled my nose though, so I couldn't breathe, but all good.
Yeah, you
Thanks for
survived,
that.
you're fine.
I have.
And it woke you up, you said.
It did wake me up. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Okay, so you're an actor.
I am.
Then you're an actor that's like in the really interesting position of being a little younger than me and a little older than Tom.
Great.
We don't normally have actors around our age.
Okay.
So,
Are they normally younger?
yes,
Yeah.
significantly.
Yeah?
Like,
Okay.
they make me feel like grandparents.
Yeah, and they talk about how old they are.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And then you're
dicks.
like, thanks, you're 20. Yeah.
They walk around talking about like Happy Meals.
Or born in the millennium, yeah. Yeah, thanks. That's made me feel quite old. That's great.
But that you have a shit ton of experience. And I'm glad you're doing this because I really want to understand your career trajectory in acting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So can we start with that?
Yeah. So I started when there's my Yorkshire accent. Started. I was 3 years old, and I was a fat little toddler. And I realised we were at some sort of holiday camp, and there were all these kids going up on stage doing all these songs. And it wasn't that I thought I could do a better job. I just wanted to be on the stage rather than in the audience.
Yeah.
So I went up in my little fat jazzy 1980s retro cycling shorts and sang a song called Red Red Robin, but I couldn't pronounce my R's, so it was Wed Wed Wobbin. And then I just loved it from there on in. So I did loads of acting as a kid. I did quite a lot of musical theatre. I loved all the jazz hands and stuff like that. And then I stopped at the age of 16.
Cool. I'm going to apologise for the cat meowing. What sort of musical theatre?
So I did quite a lot of the stereotypical kids ones. So I did a tour of The Sound of Music, stuff like that. I was one of the Von Trapp children. The reason I got into drama as a child rather than a toddler, obviously, I was doing ballet.
Okay.
And again, there's a theme here. I was quite rotund.
Okay.
And the dance teacher, very politely, but actually looking back was a bit mean, said, "Oh, have you ever thought about drama, Megan?" And I think that was his way of saying I was a pretty crap ballet dancer. So I just went home that night and I was like, do you know what? I would quite like to try it. So I tried drama and then it just kind of went on from there. And then I got more into this sort of film and screen side of it rather than musical theatre. So I dropped the jazz hands and picked up the more serious stuff.
When was this?
So I started picking up the more serious stuff when I was sort of 11, 12. Started to love the like sad, mad, bad characters. And then that's kind of stuck ever since. And so, yeah, like I say, I did that until I was about 16. And then I don't know why, I just quit on the spot when I was 16. I was like, something in my head told me that I should focus on my studies more, which do I regret? Partially, yes. But then, like you say, I've come back into it a bit older now. So I feel like I've got a bit more, this is really cheesy, but like life experience.
No, I think that's right.
Yeah.
I think that's totally right.
Yeah. So it's kind of, yes, there's a regret for not using those years as a sort of late teens, early 20s in my acting, but I've been able to do other stuff and then come back into it with a bit more of a, I say sensible head on my shoulders. I'm still not sensible, and I'm sure my family would agree with that, but I've got more to work on for myself.
Right. So I want to go back to like your 11 to 16 more serious. You said you got more into film and stuff.
Yeah.
Was that like a local level or a TV level or what?
So I did quite a lot of like fairly localish stuff. Nothing was ever too serious in terms of making it big. I did make it down to the last two for Emmerdale for a particular role, and again I think I didn't. One of the main reasons I didn't get it is I was too young and there was some quite adult scenes. But yeah, nothing was ever too major at that stage. It was just, it was still sort of keeping it at a local level. But I just loved it. So I did quite a lot of short films and stayed in theatre as well, but in the more serious plays, stuff like that. So I kind of went away from comedy completely. So I kind of realised from a young age that that's the genre I wanted to go into.
Yeah, not a fan of the comedy. You were talking earlier, you don't really do the comedy acting.
No, I'm not funny at all. Like I love watching comedy, but if someone asks me to be funny, I get really embarrassed and I go bright red.
Be funny.
No, please no.
Camera, be funny.
I can't do it.
Tell us a joke.
No, I don't know any jokes.
When in doubt, just fart. I'll be laughing every time.
Oh man, boys, bringing it down a level. Not good. But no,
I live
comedies.
with a girl. I know how gross girls are. You're married.
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
Your husband knows.
So I know how gross boys can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Filth.
Yeah.
Anyway, tangent.
Sorry.
So you stopped at 16, just kind of felt that wasn't the way to go. Was there any kind of influence? Like, have you looked back and sort of wondered why you made that decision? Like, was there...
I think there was no one particularly that influenced me in terms of told me I shouldn't be doing it or what I should be doing. My mum's always been really supportive of whatever I wanted to do. I think it was me. I just took myself a bit too seriously, if I'm honest. Like, I look back and I was like, oh, what on earth? So I just thought, right, I need to knuckle down. I need to do my GCSEs. I need to do my A-levels. I need to go to uni. And I kind of got on this treadmill of thinking what I should do rather than what I wanted to do. So I fully admit that. That's my fault. And yeah, it is what it is. It's happened. But yes, it was totally me.
Did you have a moment where like you did like your GCSEs, then your A-levels, then you got to uni, then you got your career, and you started along it, and you like realised that like you've been told that at this point everything was going to make sense and this was life now and happiness, and actually it was like not, and it kind of broke you for a bit? Did you have that phase?
100%.
Yeah.
I would call it like a third life crisis. Excuse me. So it wasn't midlife. I would hope I'm not at midlife yet. But yeah, I definitely had a moment where I was like, wow, is this it? Like, am I expected to just stay on this like working treadmill? Sorry, I think I've got pie in my throat.
Yeah, they all say that.
Oh man. Yeah, no, I did. I got to a point where I was like, okay, I've kind of done GCSEs, A-levels, degree, and I felt like I'd reached the end of the treadmill, and I was like, oh, what's next? And when I realised there wasn't a what's next, and it was just, this was it, I kind of had a bit of a moment where I thought, I need to look at other stuff. And I think that's when I thought, right, what did I love doing as a kid? Acting. And so that's when it kind of triggered me to potentially get back into it. So that was at the ripe old age of 29 that I decided to get back into it.
See, I fucking love stories like this. Like, this is why like the best game ever, well, one of the best games ever, Dark Souls, exists, is because the main guy quit like a quite money career to go back in level design at sort of entry point, just to try and make games, because he really enjoyed making games, and that's when he was happy.
Okay,
so,
cool.
Similar with your acting, and I know that you went back to kind of bottom rung stuff. Like, some would argue we're not many rungs up from that, so not really climb that much, work harder. So tell me about that. Did you do no acting in that time when you were having the career and the
literally nothing at all. So from 16 to 29, I went to uni, got hideously drunk for 3 years, which was amazing. I did a gap year, which makes me sound very raw, but I worked my ass off for a year basically, and then me and my friend travelled the world for a half a year.
Where'd you go?
We did like the stereotypical
Thailand.
Yeah, one of them. So, you know,
Indonesia,
we were the idiots that like
Philippines.
Yeah.
Sri Lanka?
I went to Sri Lanka 2 years ago.
Did you? Where did you go?
So we flew into Colombo.
Yep.
And then we did like the train ride at Ella. We did Kandy.
Okay.
Anyway,
The Tooth
so
Temple.
yeah.
Did you go to the Tooth Temple?
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
Yeah, I felt very cultured, like pretended to be cultured for the day.
Nice. I taught English in a village that was 40 miles away from Kandy, but took 3 hours on a bus.
Oh,
Because I had to
wow.
go all the way around 2 mountains to get there.
Oh my god.
And I used to make that journey just to get cheese, because there was a shop in Kandy that sold cheddar cheese. And then a monkey
Wow.
fucking stole it.
Not that you're bitter or anything about
Fucking hate monkeys. But carry on.
that. No. What was it?
Sorry, the acting.
No,
You
yeah.
had the gap year.
Had a gap year. Did no acting whatsoever. So yeah, I got back from finished uni. I did law at uni. Then went and did. I won't bore you with the legal career, but basically I became a lawyer. Did law for 7 years ish, and then it was around about, as I say, the age 29 bracket. Actually, I tell you what it was. I got to age 29. I know the moment now. It's just my old age. My memory's failing me. Got to 29 and I decided to do a 30 before 30 list. So like bucket list, tick them off. Loads of them were really cheesy. One of them was to be able to touch my toes because I'm really not flexible. Another one was to try acting again, and try being. I thought I'll go to a few classes and I'll either hate it and think, oh my god, there's a reason I quit when I was 16, or I'll love it.
Gonna hold that thought there.
And we're back.
Yes, we're interrupted by my lover.
Yeah.
She's out the room now. So, yeah, where did we get to? 30 by 30, and acting was one of them, and you were thinking, like, you know what, I'll try it, and if I hate it, whatever, I've done my list.
Yeah. So I went to a class and I met a cool bunch of people, and I loved it. So I decided to get back into it. So over the last 2 years, I've done loads of different bits and bobs, short films, feature films, and I've got quite a few bits and bobs coming up, which is cool, including your guys' film. So I'm really happy with how it's gone so far.
Yeah, you got a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah,
and
it's
plays
cool.
and all kinds.
Yeah.
How much of it is paid work and how much of it is?
So the first year, I'll be completely honest, I have no shame in saying this, I literally did anything and everything to get back onto the ladder, both in terms of experience, confidence, and I didn't have any expectations of pay or anything like that. So a lot of it that I did last year was unpaid. And then this year, the majority of it's paid, which is nice.
Nice.
So yeah, it's going pretty well. I don't want to jinx anything. But yeah, so a lot of the characters I apply for, they are harking back to my days when I was like 14, 15, when I liked being sad.
Yeah, you said you like the crying roles. And yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. So that's, luckily going forward, that's my next few roles as well.
Cool.
They're all pretty sad, or mad, or bad. Like, verging on any of those.
So, were there nerves when you first got back into it? And what was the first kind of... Because you mostly stuck to film, though. There is at least one theatre thing you've got coming up.
Yeah.
Right?
So the first thing I did when I got back into it was a short film. And it was about a brother and sister, and basically I've helped our dad kill himself because he was suffering from a terminal illness. So it was a lovely sad role. Yeah, I was really nervous. But then, I don't know, as cheesy as it sounds, when the cameras were rolling and the other actor was really cool as well, so he made it a lot easier, and I just loved it, and I just got back into it. So it was kind of like I'd frozen the clock in terms of once the camera's rolling, I don't really feel... I mean, everyone has nerves and you want to do a good job, but I didn't really feel like it was too much in terms of being overwhelming or anything like that. But yeah, I have got one theatre play coming up, which I don't know, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I kind of got roped into it. I'd rather stick to film, screen stuff, but it's a sad role, so that's fine. It's not like I'm having to do anything.
Do you have a dream role?
No, I don't think I do. I like to explore every character that I've got, and I like where they are sad or they've got some sort of depth to the character. I just like exploring that and going from there and knowing the backstory and why they've got to how they are. But no, I don't think I do have a dream role. I just feel like I'm too much at the bottom of the ladder at the moment to
I feel like
specify.
Like, okay, when I mentioned that your age, like younger than me, older than Tom, there was a bit like, oh, thanks for that. Like, but I find it interesting because I obviously have done some research of what you've been getting or been in,
Mm-hmm.
and you seem to be where you're playing both people who are sort of in their mid-later 20s or in relationships and that kind of thing. There was one where it was like an abused partner.
Yeah.
It was on the YouTubes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also like a mum.
Yeah.
Like you're at that point where you can
Yeah. Play both.
play both. And
Yeah.
like it's, I don't know if it's a makeup or clothes thing or what it is, where you just can straddle the line between two generations of characters.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Which definitely adds more. You've got more range to play or more options in terms of film roles.
Yeah, definitely. No, I completely agree. That's why I joke about my age. I'm not bothered about it in the slightest. That's why I am really no, I'm not. I am really glad that I'm in that age bracket where I am a little bit older than, everyone fresh coming out of uni. A, I won't want to compete with them because they're probably super good. But B, I like playing the more downtrodden characters, like I've said, and a lot of those are the young single mums, or like you say, I have played mid-20s up to mid-30s, which is great. I don't mind. Slap my anti-wrinkle cream on every night and hope for the best. No, I'm not joking. I actually do. Every night since I was 21, anti-wrinkle cream all over my head.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so I like being in this older age bracket. I feel like it gives me, like you say, a bit of a better shot.
Yeah, but I didn't mean like you're in an older age bracket. I meant the range of age that you can play is wide compared to perhaps other actors.
Like a lot of people that come out of uni tend to get teenage or very early.
Yeah.
Like because
Well, yeah, but
age rules.
Yeah.
yeah. So you're in a film with Amy Watson-Brown, Mia Mills and Emily Jane Jones. I don't know about Amy, but I know both Mia Mills and Emily Jane have had times where they've auditioned for things and then people have gone around and gone, can you play a mom? And they don't look right for the part, and either it's a film that doesn't care or doesn't know what it's doing, or there literally is no one going for that age bracket, that character. So being able to, you can play opposite Emily Jane Jones and Mia Mills and Amy Watson, but you could also play a mom of someone else. That's
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's cool. I'm glad that I can do that. Yeah, it's good.
Nice.
I don't mind.
Yeah. You also strike me, so we can talk about like the audition with us and what little time we've actually spent together and how little we know each other, which this podcast hopefully is it's a bonding exercise, getting to know more about you.
Cool.
You seem quite quiet to begin and then your personality comes out. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, probably. You mean just in general?
In general, at the audition at first.
I think probably at the audition there was a little bit, well, obviously there's nerves.
Were you nervous?
Yeah.
Was that just because you were meeting two strangers, or
in the dark in a house? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. No, yeah, no, I always get nervous. I think nerves are good. It proves you care. Well, that's my take on it anyway.
Yeah, fair.
And I would never be complacent enough to think, oh, I've been asked for an audition, therefore I'm going to absolutely smash it. It could go terribly. So yeah, I think nerves probably played a part in that. But yeah, probably in life, I wouldn't say I'm quiet. I'm just quite chilled out. So I'm happy to take a bit of a backseat until or unless I can contribute something, or I don't know, put forward something that's actually worthwhile. I'm not just one for. I say this, I'm rambling on and on and on, talking a lot of crap, but I am not one for just airing an opinion for the sake of it. So yeah, but I am quite laid back in life, really. So it probably just come across as being a little bit quiet, or it can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, going to the law stuff then. So lawyer for years.
Yeah.
I think it was in addition. I might have someone else, but you said one of the reasons for the change is you felt like you were making other people money rather than yourself. Are there any characters, like any personalities you met during your time at uni and lawyer, etc., that you found are applicable to how you play people in film, or?
I definitely met quite a lot of people who were older than me in the legal world who were completely downtrodden and beaten in terms, not physically, mentally, in terms of they felt trapped. They felt like they had done a law degree and then qualified as a lawyer, and then they've been stuck in that cycle forever. And they felt like they couldn't get out. And it was that kind of feeling of helplessness and just like, shit, what have I done? Where am I stuck? That I've used quite a lot, because I spent day in, day out with a lot of people like that, which was really sad. And they felt that they couldn't break the mould and get out, whereas I'd broken the mould and got out, which some may say is stupid, others may say is brave. I don't know. It's not, it's not right or wrong what I've done. But yeah, so I've kind of used their personality traits, I suppose, for some of my characters. Others, you've got like your David Brent type characters in The Office, which...
Do you?
Oh my god, yeah. And you've got your stereotypical office politics and all that jazz, so that's always good to use. But I suppose that would be more for comedy, which, as I said, I'm steering clear of.
Where did you fit in the David Brent? Well, you're trying to stay clear of. There are some dramas that will like ultimately... Like, one of my nightmares is that Dinner at Flicks ends up being a comedy and I just didn't know it the whole time.
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just tried to stay out of all the drama at work, so I just got my head down, did my work, had a laugh when we could, but I didn't want to get involved in the whole office drama. But yeah, that's why part of the reason why I left is just I felt like I was just a machine, a tiny cog in this massive machine, making money for other people, which is fine. I know that everyone's got a job to do. It's just not my cup of tea, to be honest. And I realised that after quite a few years. Could have stayed in it, the pay was alright and the hours were alright-ish, but it was just not me. As cheesy as it sounds, it was not in my heart. So I had to get out.
And husband, supportive?
Yeah, very.
Cool.
Yeah.
Any kids or anything?
No, we've got 2 cats.
Okay.
So we've got a cat called Darwin, who we got told to take him to Woof Watchers, which is a thing. So Woof Watchers is Weight Watchers for cats. I'm not even joking. I think it might be cats and dogs. And the vet basically told us off and said he was obese, like morbidly obese, which I beg to disagree. I would say he's festively plump, but...
Yeah,
it's fluffy.
No, he's not even fluffy. That's bad. He's not. He's like really short haired. My other cat, she's really fluffy. She's called Tiny Peach.
Aww.
Yeah. So we've got two cats. We're getting a miniature sausage dog, which I'm super excited about.
Because it's been your dream.
Because it's been my dream. I am a massive geek, and I can't even tell you. So it's going to be smaller than the cats.
Nice.
But my husband's 6'4", so he's really not looking forward to walking a miniature sausage dog because he's going to look a bit ridiculous.
I can imagine.
But I'm excited, so...
So are you a geek?
Why am I a geek?
No, are you a geek?
Oh, yeah, I would... Yeah, probably.
Geek culture, tell me what you're into.
Well, like, I'm not very cool, like, in terms of, like, following fashion. I'll just wear what I want.
Do you read comics?
No, I don't read comics. Okay, so I'm not, like, a cool geek.
Reading comics isn't considered cool.
Isn't it?
Geeky.
Okay, no, I don't read other than scripts.
Fair enough.
I thought I better add that in. Shit. I haven't read the script for this film. No, I have. No, I don't read. I haven't read for like 15 years, other than stuff I had to read for my degree.
Okay.
I hate reading. I can't do it. Well, I can do it. Oh God, I'm coming across really thick. I can read. I just find it utterly boring. Which is a controversial opinion. My grandma keeps trying to make me read. Every year she wheels out all these books for Christmas and I'm like, thanks Grandma, put it on the shelf, don't read it. So yeah, but yeah, my music taste is probably a little bit geeky. So I like...
Go on.
So...
Venga Boys.
Yeah, I love the Venga Boys. Absolutely love them. No shame here. Love them. Went to see them.
Tom and I were referencing all the Venga Boys songs.
Yeah.
At least from that one album while you were here before we started recording. So you don't have to be ashamed about the Venga Boys.
Excellent. Yeah. Happy days. Yeah, I just love 90s pop. Absolutely love it. Maybe stretch out to noughties, but I was a little bit older then. But yeah, 90s pop is just...
Go on.
I like a bit of Wigfield, Five, Steps, Yeah, that's...
Rainy days are night, gotta keep on trying.
Yes. Yeah, I
Stop
love
being
it.
good. Yeah, NSYNC.
No, I wasn't an NSYNC fan.
Okay.
Don't know why. I think they might have been a bit too cool.
What about that British one? There was like 5, but I think there was 4 of them. But they were like all really rough. E17?
Oh, with the
Is that a thing?
Parkers.
Yeah, they were like nasty
Yeah.
boy bands. But
No,
look,
I think
Dairy
they were.
Tricks,
I think they were a little bit before my time. Sorry to make you sound old, but I think they were
there's a year
little.
between us. So
No, no, oh God, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. No, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't an E17 fan.
Vintage year. Don't get me
Backstreet
wrong.
Boys.
Backstreet Boys, yes, absolutely.
Brittany, Christina.
Yeah.
That one where there's 4 of them and they all look like French prostitutes.
That wasn't.
Oh,
a band.
Lady Marmalade,
Yeah.
Yeah.
where there was Pink, Maya, Christina, and I can't remember the last one. But
Missy
yeah,
Elliott.
stuff like that. Love it.
You'll say?
Missy Elliott. It's not.
There wasn't.
but-
Yeah.
Although she might have been a rap for it. Who knows?
There's Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pink.
yeah. Pink.
I can't remember.
Maybe there was only 3.
No,
was
there
3
was
all
4.
along.
I think it might have been Missy Elliott.
I think she did a rap for it, but I think she was a 5th. I think she was a featuring
Oh.
on it.
Mm.
Oh,
Carry
that's
on.
really going to
Yeah.
annoy me now.
We've gone down a tangent, a musical tangent.
Yeah, we have.
And if it's worth it, let me work it.
Oh, I can't. That's really going to annoy me now. Anyway,
I'll get the phone. Tom, ask her questions.
Westlife.
yeah, for the routines, yeah. Knew them all when I was younger. I say younger, still do.
Do you remember that song by like that Irish band? Lil' Kim.
Oh, Little Kim.
Yeah. It was like a girl group Irish band. And it started, he goes, some people say I look like my dad. I
Bewitched.
fucking love them.
Oh my word.
No, they were very temporary.
Like double denim,
Yeah,
which is now
they
back
were
in fashion.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't mind Bewitched.
That song is amazing.
I
Yeah.
know Bewitched.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they were good. Shall I wear double denim when we film?
No.
No?
No.
Okay,
No,
I could
costumes-
arrange it. It's
There's
fine.
enough costume problems. You're wearing a peach dress, that'll do.
Okay.
It was cheap.
It was just, I could arrange it if you want. I have got plenty of double denim.
It's fine.
No? Okay, fine.
But it's nice to know you're a double denim girl.
Well, I can be a double
Sorry,
denim.
double denim lady.
Lady. Makes you sound. I wouldn't stretch to lady. I wouldn't. I'm sure. No.
Right, away from the tangent then. So, I assume just from the age you were playing, like 11 to 16, you were doing the drama. That's Siri, because whenever I say anything remotely like Siri, Siri comes on. My fucking phone's so broken. And then like 29, you've got back in. So I assume there'd be a difference just from the age bit. But has the industry changed? Or have you noted, or is it just too much of a gap to really...
I think probably it's too much of a gap for me. I've probably not got a good enough comparison. Purely because when I was younger, I was a lot more sheltered from the world in terms of I wasn't doing the applying for stuff.
I
Like
thought
it
you were
was.
going to say fat.
Well, I was fatter as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. I was.
No, you've emphasised it, so I
Yeah.
figured it was okay too.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's all right. I'll just go cry into my pillow. No, I was sheltered more, but also I feel like the one major change is social media and being able to apply for stuff online. So there was
Yes.
none of that when I was growing up in terms of being able to apply for roles.
How old were you when you had a Facebook?
Oh, it came out when I was at university. So
Me too.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
we are pretty much the same age, so that would make sense.
When's your birthday?
On the podcast, are we saying this?
No, I just...
I'm only joking. 87. I was born in 87.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm a little bit older then. Less than a year
Okay.
between us.
Yeah.
Front or back? Were
October.
you old or... So you were quite young for your year? Or quite old?
No,
for
quite
your year?
old for my year.
Okay, so we would
Yeah.
have been years different at school, but
But you were young in the year.
I was mid February,
Okay. Yeah.
March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 8 months between
Okay.
us.
There we go. But yeah, that's the major change for me. Like being able to apply for stuff online. So I remember when I was sort of 13, 14 and I was applying for a role, it was literally the casting call was a piece of paper pinned to a notice board at my dance school.
Nice.
That was the casting call, and you had to send in a passport photograph and your CV again on paper. Like, that just wouldn't happen now.
Yeah.
And that makes, it's just a massive change within the space of like 20 years or whatever it is. It's huge.
If you did that now, you'd probably just get binned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's probably the only change from my little novice's eye, that it's so much more accessible now. You can just click and apply for any old stuff online, which is great.
I would suggest one thing you probably don't notice, but if you go back, you'll see is the revolution in digital filming and how many people at our kind of standard can access cameras. When it was filmed, which when we were starting college, it was still like, we were still on tapes and DV and stuff. Like, going to digital has reduced production costs so much for the lower end stuff like us. We wouldn't be doing it if we were on film.
Really?
So, yeah.
SLR cameras having video.
There'll be more rolls out there and stuff just from the digital side as well.
Okay.
But that's just me being old.
And how long? What's the time span for that? Is it like 10 years?
Yeah, less than that probably. I was 20. I was 32, 12 years. So
Wow.
more than 10.
Yeah.
I'd say
And digital was coming in before. When I was like 18, digital was starting to. But
Yeah, the digital SLRs started being a thing whilst we were still in uni.
Yeah, so I was 20 when I started
yeah.
with you.
So, 12 years.
Yeah.
God, yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
good though.
Yeah.
Right?
Right, enough about... This is getting rambly a little bit. Any particularly difficult or pleasant experiences? You can totally say working with us is either of those if you want. Since you came back into it, like any lessons you kind of learned the hard way or gone, I've learned not to do this again. You obviously don't have to name names or any of that.
No. So there was one particular short film I did where they took a ridiculous long amount of time to do the whole shoot, and B, the directors and the producers and the DOPs and whatever, none of them got on. So it was a nightmare because as the actors we were just sat around not waiting for them to set up or do anything that they actually needed to do practically. They were just arguing. So from that side, I would probably do my research a little bit better into who I'm auditioning for and what it's going to be like, and whether you do need a ridiculous amount of days to do a really short film, or whether you can question that and be like, well, why do we need that many days? Do you actually need me there for those, those days and whatever? So I learnt my lesson that way, because I obviously, given that I'm still lawyering, that's not a word, but you know what I mean, I have to use my annual leave wisely, and I have to be quite picky with what I do, which makes me sound more important than I am, but it's a fact. I haven't only got...
On those... on that shoot, were the days where you actually weren't needed?
Yes.
Like you were fully there, but you just were not filmed?
Yeah.
So you use holiday days or loo time or whatever for this?
Yeah. So that was, again, learning curve, start of my, I'm going to call it a comeback. Makes me sound way bigger than I am. No, start of my secondary acting career. Yeah, exactly that. And because it was like down south, so... and I was staying over and stuff, so it meant that I was just sat around eating mini eggs, which was the only silver lining, or cream eggs actually.
Did they pay for the cream eggs?
No, I took I've always got loads in my glove compartment in my car.
Now, Lent.
Except now.
You're not allowed them.
No, not until the 18th of April. But who's counting?
I'll make sure there's some on set.
I'll bring loads, don't worry. But thanks. So yeah, I kind of learnt my lesson that way around, that I need to be a little bit pickier.
Do you do the research a lot then?
It's more managing people's expectations from the word go. So I would say to people, look, I do also have a different job, which I know a lot of actors do. Like nearly every actor I know has another job, but they have very flexible jobs that let them pick and choose their shifts. Mine don't. So I'm very upfront from the word go, and I just say, look, my availability is not cracking. I don't want you to waste your time any further. So it's more about me being open and honest with you guys.
Do you
from
ever
the
use
word
that
go.
as an excuse to get out of like, oh, I've shown interest, but actually I don't really feel this, so I'm just going to tell them I've got bad availability?
No, I've never had to do that so far. Because everything, again, because I'm so picky about what I apply for, which again makes me sound way more important than I am.
No.
Then I only apply for stuff that I really would love to be a part of. So I am not one of those people. I mean, I admire them, but I'm not one of those people that can just farm out like 15 applications a day. I can't do it because you know, A, I wouldn't be able to get to all the auditions, and B, I don't have the annual leave if I was lucky enough to get the role. So I've never really had to make that excuse yet, thankfully.
Did you research yourself?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Take me through that, please.
I realised you were quite strange. No, I'm joking.
We are.
I'm kidding.
No,
I'm kidding.
We are quite strange.
You would have realised that from the first message.
No. So I watched quite a lot of your short films online.
Oh god, and you still turned up.
Yeah.
The new ones, just the new ones.
I don't know how old they are. They were just all, quite a few of them were available.
Yeah.
And then, it was just, you guys came across really well on your messages and stuff. So, and obviously the script was great. So, that's, all good. So hopefully it'll be good.
Some of those films are good.
That's why I say not the old ones, right?
Sound has always been an issue.
Yeah.
We've got a lot better sound lately. Just to reassure you, we have a lot better sound recording now.
Okay.
If you look at the films in the last year or two.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I saw a film with 2 girls and one of them was eating a yogurt. That was good.
Oh, that's Morven.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah.
I like that. So.
Yeah, that was for her showreel.
Ah, okay. All right, cool. There you go. So I watched that one.
Yeah.
And then there was quite a few others. So.
Cool. Someone else has to come up with a question now. I've done loads. Megan, ask yourself a question.
Yeah.
Ask myself a question.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any phobias?
There we go. Yes.
Do you have any phobias?
I have a major phobia of mushrooms, which you can call me weird. I don't care. I've never eaten one. People are like, "Oh, do you just hate them?" I'm like, "No, I'm genuinely scared of them." So and it is a thing. People look at me like I'm an absolute psychopath. It is a thing. It's called mycophobia. There's like a little mycophobia anonymous group online, which I am part of. But it freaks me out because people upload pictures of mushrooms to explain why they're scared of them, and I don't even like looking at the pictures. So yeah.
How many are in this group?
Oh, thousands! It's
Okay.
absolutely massive. It's an actual thing, and it got mentioned in what film was that? It was a series I was watching on BBC a few weeks ago, and someone said, "Oh, I have mycophobia," and I was like, "Ha! I'm not the only one." So there you go. So yeah, I'm massively scared of them. Like I said, I've never eaten one, but I just don't like the look of them.
Yeah, you were very adamant. I make sure all the other actors know not to bring mushrooms. That there can't be mushrooms around. There can't be a mushroom visible anywhere.
No, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but then I tried the same with nuts, and we ended up having to put like half of my pantry into a cupboard. So
Yeah, for Amy's allergy.
yeah,
But at least hers is like rational. Like she will have
Die.
have a massive reaction, whereas I would just freak out.
well, I'm terrified of heights.
Are you?
Yeah, like I did a skydive to try and get over it. I did it for charity, but I was told like, oh, if you do a skydive, you get over your fear of heights. It gave me PTSD. It did not get me over my fear of heights.
Oh my god.
But I feel like fear of heights is a very sensible. You know, it's like when someone's I'm afraid of the dark. It's like I totally understand why someone. I'm not, but I totally understand why someone would be afraid of the dark. I can see like.
Yeah.
I totally get where that comes from.
Mm-hmm.
And heights, yeah.
Well, the
Like,
fear of heights
where the fuck
is
you going up there? You're gonna die.
Generally is
It's falling.
It's the falling.
It's the feeling
That's that which is a reasonable.
But I
Yeah.
get fucking
Yeah.
vertigo.
Yeah.
So if I go up somewhere high and I look down,
You
I
feel
feel
like
like I'm falling.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I have to like
what?
hold tight, and I know my feet are on the ground, but they don't feel like they're on the ground. I feel like I'm going over.
So you didn't like that free fall the feeling of free falling when you did your skydive?
No,
So you didn't enjoy any part of it?
No.
Oh man, what a waste.
there's a DVD,
Oh.
and you can watch it at some point if you want. And when I land, because it was a tandem,
Yeah.
I am just white.
Oh.
And I'm saying like, oh, everyone should do it. It's brilliant. And in my head, I'm like, this is what they want me to say on camera. Because inside, I was just like, I don't want to kill myself.
Oh my god. How long ago was this?
Not years, like
It's
7, 8
like
years.
college. Like just after college, right?
Yeah,
So.
7, 8, 9
Oh,
years. Did it for
no.
combat stress.
Oh. Which ironically caused you more
It
stress.
did, yeah. But raised a bit of money for soldiers, so
Okay, that's
fine,
cool.
isn't it?
Yeah. So it was for a good cause,
Yeah,
but
so
you
they could
just lost
stand
your
around
nerve.
shooting pictures of Jeremy Corbyn. That was in the newspapers today.
Oh,
Oh yeah, they
okay.
make it a big deal on YouTube. It's like it's clearly a fake thing, but they're like proper going with it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, yeah, someone's just edited that together, mate.
Oh, they have. Because it pisses me off otherwise. But it would piss me off if it was anyone.
Yeah.
It's like you're literally paid to protect that citizen. Stop it.
It's just like two shots. It's like guys in Afghanistan like
Shooting.
shooting targets, and then they've cut to like
Nice.
them shooting at them, and they're going with it. Like
Nice.
all the news channels are picking it up. My dad told me
Oh,
about it as I was
yes.
leaving. It's like, but it's so clearly not a real thing.
Yeah, so maybe I skydived
Yeah.
so they could afford an editor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't understand the fear of mushrooms from a sensible point of view, but that's not me trying to diminish it. I respect that
That's
you
all right.
have it, so I've catered to it.
Yeah. Thank you.
But it's fucking weird.
No, but-
it's a dumb fear.
To be fair, you can die from mushrooms. You can't die from the dark.
You can.
You can absolutely die from the dark.
Just the
Anything
dark.
can be in
Yeah.
the dark.
No, but just the dark can't kill you.
Yeah, but you're not scared. But people who are scared of the dark aren't scared of the dark. They're scared of what they can't see.
Yeah.
And what you can't see, there's a lot of things you can't see that can kill you.
The night
Okay.
is dark and full of terrorists.
But then you can't see the poison in a mushroom. But then it could kill you. This
I
is
mean-
in my warped little head.
Yeah.
I know it makes no sense. Just to put that out
there
there.
are poisonous mushrooms.
Yep.
There are also non-poisonous edible mushrooms.
Yeah.
But like, it's much easier for you to avoid a mushroom in general. I know that it's
Yeah,
not necessarily
yeah.
easy,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then it is the dark
Mhm.
or heights, which we encounter a lot.
Yeah, fair point.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I have a phobia of them, but I'm very afraid of being in like a pool of water that's filled with piranhas while I'm bleeding, because I'm just going to get eaten to death by fucking piranhas.
Oh my
Right?
god, yeah.
And like, I'm not afraid of spoons, but very sensibly, I'm very afraid of my eye being gouged out by a spoon, and have been since Robin Hood. That Robin Hood thing where he's like, "Turn all his heart out with a spoon. Why a spoon? It'll hurt more." And it's like, "Oh fuck, you can use a spoon to do that shit."
Oh, nice.
You know, fucking Captain Costner.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but mushrooms, I feel like you could.
I mean, I've got to a point now where I'm not going to lie. Well, this is a lie. I do lie. I say to people in restaurants that I'm allergic to them.
Yeah, which makes that is
Yeah.
a sensible cover. I get that.
But then, like, so the other week I was in London in this hotel on my own because I was there with work, and I ordered a meal where it was very clear. It said it was a chicken breast. It said it had new potatoes and salad. That's all it said it had. So normally, if there's anything even vaguely like could have mushrooms, so like a carbonara, I'm like, excuse me, can I just check? Does it not have mushrooms? I didn't check with this because it was so descriptive, like the menu. Didn't check. Sat there, minding my own business. This horrific monstrosity comes out, and it was not only a mushroom. It was one of those
big
like
bell-like ones. Sorry.
yeah, with the like black strings.
Oh.
Oh my god. Well, if you're afraid of something, you can't like sort out your reactions. So I screamed and pushed the plate away, which was the most embarrassing thing at this quite posh hotel where I was on my own, so I already looked like a psychopath. Yeah, and the poor waiter, I was so embarrassed. It was like, "Oh my god, what's wrong? Is everything okay?" And he's like, I'm like trembling in my chair. He's like, "What's happened?" And I couldn't speak. So it was really embarrassing. So you say you can avoid mushrooms, but that scenario, unsuspecting Tuesday evening, I did not expect to see a massive mushroom right under my nose.
Fair.
I'm not over it, can you tell? It was literally freaked me out.
Sorry, Megan. I'm just gonna. It's okay. It's my hand on the shoulder.
It was
It's
horrendous. Oh, yeah, it was not nice. So then I couldn't eat any of it. So then I had to order a sticky toffee pudding to make myself feel better.
Okay. Nice.
So didn't help the diet, but you know, that's what happens.
Yeah, but you're not rotund anymore,
No.
so you're fine.
No, not as rotund. I'll find some old pictures. You'll.
I would love to see.
Yeah.
I love seeing old fat pictures.
They're
of people.
hilarious. Like we used to have to wear at dance school, where there was the dance teacher that told me one very good. We used to have to wear these like purple leotards, and I used to like squash myself into it.
Oh.
Oh my god! Looking back, I'm like, why was I allowed to leave the house? It wasn't good. It really wasn't.
Yeah.
And those little sausage legs sticking out. Yeah.
I love pictures like that. One of my brothers, my youngest brother, he Aaron. Fuck it, I'm naming him. There's a picture of him about 4 years old, and it's just the best childhood picture. He's in a fucking turtleneck, like a turtleneck, big shitty grin, big geeky glasses, hair, it's like the worst but best kid picture ever. You've seen it. I've shown you this picture. It's amazing.
Oh, how cute.
That's the one where he looks like a cartoon character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to know him
Yeah.
to see it and laugh. It's just one of those. It should be a fucking meme.
Oh, bless him. That only a brother can say that so brutally.
Yeah. Well, I'm the eldest, so
Okay.
the reason I didn't get nice things is because I had brothers, so fuck them. They
here we
robbed me of
go.
Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm the youngest. So
Yeah,
I've
typical
heard all this
robbing us
boring.
all.
Yeah. Yeah, I got told I was spoiled. I've got 2 older sisters, and they were always the same. They're like, "Oh, you got everything, and you were spoiled." I'm like, "And?"
Yeah. This is the right way.
No, I wasn't.
And
I
what's
wasn't
your fun?
spoiled. My mum treated us all the same. I am the favourite.
Fair. Like, we did get treated the same.
I'm joking.
Aaron was always the favourite. He
Oh.
got a turtleneck.
Yeah, he
There
had
are
a
childhood
turtleneck,
pictures
yeah.
of him.
Does that mean he's a favourite or?
Oh, he's totally
Okay. Is it just the 2 of you?
3.
3?
Yeah.
Another boy and sister?
Boy.
So you got 3 boys? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Always wanted a girl.
Oh.
I get told that a lot.
Yeah. My mum knew our girl names.
Although not as bad as your dad. Always only wanted 2 kids.
No, that was mum.
Oh, is it your mum as well?
That was my drunk mum. Oh, we always wanted 2 children. Mum, you've got 3 children. We always wanted 3 children. My dad had the snip a week after the youngest was born, though. So, there are clues that it was enough. And there's only, 4 years between me and the youngest.
Okay.
My parents just had a really prolific session where, giving birth was enough to just, let's start on the next one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There is, just over 18 months between Nathan and Aaron, my 2 younger brothers.
Okay.
It's literally, Nathan must have been born, Mum left the hospital, Dad tripped and fell, because that's the only way my parents are ever going to have sex.
Yeah.
And Mum got pregnant again. It's
Wowzers.
it's ridiculous.
This conversation's taken quite a turn.
It's gone quite personal, yeah.
Talking about
It's
your
my
parents
podcast
having...
now.
Yeah. No, absolutely fine.
Okay, back to
Happy
you then.
days.
Yeah.
It's good.
Cool. We'll go back to yourself then. So 2 older siblings.
Yeah.
Either of them acting?
No.
No.
So they are both teachers.
Okay.
So they're both they're a bit older than me, but not that much older, but they act a lot older because they both got children.
Yeah.
So with my nephews, I'm on their level rather than my sister's level in terms of mental. Yeah. So they kind of treat me as a big sister rather than their auntie. But no, neither of them have. My middle sister, so she's 36. Sorry, Hannah, if that's wrong. 37, 36. She did quite a lot of theatre acting when she was a kid, and then she stopped. And she's never got back into it. And when I was getting back into it, I said, "Do you want to come along? Do you fancy it? You used to do it." And she did the complete opposite to me. So she was like, "I couldn't think of anything worse. I would be so embarrassed." So she said no. And then my oldest sister, it's her idea of hell. She hates even talking in front of people, in a vague crowd, let alone cameras rolling. So, but yeah. So it's quite, yeah. I mean, I was always the quietest one out of the 3 of us as a kid. So people are like, "Oh my God, it's Megan that's gone into acting and not the other 2." But yeah. So, but
was for attention.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
But you find that a lot of actors, comedians, a lot of them are introvert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And very quiet moments and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, a few acting questions then. Is there any particular acting influences, actors whose performances you've looked at and been inspired by, or borrowed techniques from, that kind of thing? Not ripped off, that's not what I'm trying to imply, but
stolen from.
sent letters threatening them, stalked, all that stuff. All the good stuff.
Yeah, love a good stalking letter. I love one of my favourite performances ever, which actually isn't that old, is Brie Larson in Room.
Okay.
I absolutely love her performance in that film. Have you seen it?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I love how she underplays it. I'm all for not being over the top and theatrical on screen. And I love the fact that what horrific situation she was in, she still didn't overact and overplay it. So I don't know, especially the characters I play quite a lot or have been playing, I kind of always think about her because you can take it too far sometimes, and it's nice, all very well, cry on screen and wail and whatever, but sometimes it's just the subtleties that make it more effective, and I just thought her performance was great. So I have to think of her.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Scott Pilgrim?
No.
Okay, she's great in Scott Pilgrim as his ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
It's fun. Like, it's a comedy film and a
Yeah.
weird film, but it's like she plays it just right with the way she delivers and stuff. And
Oh,
she's got to
right.
deliver lines like, "You punched my boyfriend so hard he exploded into coins," and she manages to say it in a way that like works.
It works,
She's
yeah.
really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'll have to watch
You
it.
like Brie Larson.
Yeah, I really like her.
And do you have, because you're in your second year now and you're making some money?
Yeah.
Do you have doubts? And particularly like when you were going in and having some of the, like, wasting your holiday time for entire days where you weren't needed.
Yeah.
Do you ever struggle with, am I doing the right thing? Is this going to work?
I think I would have more doubts if I'd completely quit my day job.
Got you.
And so if I was like, oh my God, I need this to rely on to pay the mortgage, or my husband's now the sole earner in the house and I'm like just messing around, I'd have massive doubts then. But because I've been quite cautious and kept my day job as much as I possibly can, that's kind of meant that I've not got that many regrets, because it's more, I am still hopefully at the moment managing to do both. So on the days where I think, oh God, it's a bit of a grind or whatever, or it's a bit rubbish, I have still got my day job, I have still got my income, so I'm not reliant on roles coming through the door, which is again probably why I can be a little bit pickier. But yeah, because it's not my main source of income, I am in the fortunate position where I can do it and just think, do you know what, learn from it. If it's not a great experience, move on to the next one. It's not the be all and end all. And I'm quite like that in life as well. You know, you just got to think there's no point dwelling on something. If it's not going to work, it's not going to work. But my main thing for it actually is my grandma was poorly like 2 years ago, and she said it's better to think, oh well, than what if. And that stuck with me for like ever. Well, she said it when I was really young, but she said it again when I was talking to her about going back into acting. And I was like, do you know what? That is so true. Like, I don't want to regret in 10 years' time not trying it. So yeah, better to think, oh well, then what if? So that's kind of the mantra I'm rolling with. So if it doesn't work, fine. But it seems to be working for me at the moment, so I'm just going to keep rolling with it.
Cool.
That's my plan.
Do we have a mantra?
Fuck it. 50-50.
Why not?
Yeah. Why not?
That's the closest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever we come with an idea, it's why not. If we can't figure out a good reason to not do something, we
Yeah.
try it.
Yeah, that's good.
Why not cast Megan? She's afraid of mushrooms.
It's
It's not good enough to not cast her. Cool. Talk about meeting us. Go on, because this will be wrapped soon.
Talk about what?
Meeting
Me?
us. Talk
Meeting
about
us.
us a little bit. Go on. What did you be as brutally honest as you want. So it started with the audition. You applied for it.
Yeah.
You came round. All that jazz.
Yeah.
What did you think? What did you think of
Um,
us?
So I was pleasantly surprised by how honest you were. So a lot of people I'm sure a lot of actors are in the same boat. They go to an audition and they're not given that much information, or people are quite corporate and they've got a bit of a guard up, so you can't really grasp what the role or what it's going to be like. Whereas you guys were like, look, cards on the table, this is our style of filming, this is our style of shooting, this is what we would envisage would happen within the week and whatever. That was great because it kind of set it out from the word go. And you were very personable, very friendly.
Cool. We got that hiding things then? Like people literally hide.
No, I don't think it's that they hide it. I think it's that they're not as readily happy to give across information at the first hurdle, if you like.
Their style. Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Sounds ridiculous to me.
Do you experience a lot of the bigging up stuff? Particularly in your first year when you were doing just anything.
Oh yeah.
Like this is going to be amazing and we're going to all the festivals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. And it's about not believing every single word people say. You've got to have a bit of a less naive head on your shoulders. I was totally naive the first year. I was like, oh my God, I've got a role in this film. This is it. I'm going to quit law and go to Hollywood. And then you just become more aware of your surroundings, aware of the people. But yeah, I don't know, some companies or whatever, it's not that they hide it. I just think that they don't, as I say, let on that much on those first few auditions. Whereas you guys were very, this is what we are, this is what we do. Almost like it or lump it, which is great because then you know that you're going to get actors on board that hopefully you'll get on with as well. Which I like that. That was very refreshing.
Cool.
And also the way you message as well. That was nice and like, I don't want to say colloquial, but that's too big a word for me actually. I don't properly know what that means, but it sounds good. But it was nice and like personable, and it made you feel at ease straight away rather than it being like, oh God, I need to be really corporate with my response.
Cool. Yeah, so I remember, so you seem to really like the character.
Yeah.
I got that, and I was quite impressed because I wasn't sure about it. You did a really good audition that was set post the film.
Mm-hmm.
But such an important part of the early of that character is a completely different character to the one you'd portrayed at the... It's a really difficult character you got because she has two very distinct personalities through the film. That it changes from one to the other, but they're both as important. Like, if she's too one way at the beginning, it kills the impact when she's going through troubles and all the shit that you enjoy. Yeah. Crying and all that. Yeah. So I messaged you back, Josh, do you mind sending us a video trying this bit? And you were like, I think that weekend, like 2 days later, you sent us the second video and stuff. So I got the sense that there was like, first you seemed good at messaging, but you seemed very on it and your replies are very regular and quick. And but I got the sense that okay, she actually does kind of want this. Or there seemed to be a lot of effort going to. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
To them, yeah.
I just think you guys must get it quite a lot where people apply for stuff and then don't follow it up. Whereas, like I said before, I don't apply for stuff unless I actually want to take it further or hopefully take it further. I don't see the point in applying and then not making the effort. So, but with Jen's character, I like the fact she's got a bit of quite a big contrast. I like that. Yeah. And she is quite materialistic and almost shallow at the start and a bit patronising, and it's nice to show that contrast between the two, so it's not all one dimensional of her being sad and crying and so yeah, I'm looking forward to doing both elements to it.
How's our prep been? How's her like, because it's been like 5-6 months of prep work for this thing. Like, we slowed it down and tried to hit it heavy, and we still have like 3 weeks to get a mouse that can actually work and all that shit. How have you found the prep, and how does it compare to the other stuff you've done? And again, be brutally honest. Like, I feel this is interesting to ask on a podcast where it's recorded for all time. Yeah. So.
No, I think so. It's been good in terms of, from the acting point of view, getting to know the other actors, getting us all together. Quite a few other films I've done, and I know I was speaking to some of the other girls. They have literally just been turn up, no rehearsals, go. Which on the one hand is good because it's not over rehearsed, but then, you know, for this particular film, I think it's important we've got that like camaraderie between the four of us. So it's been nice to get to know each other and have a bit of a laugh and chat and whatever. So that side of it's been great. And I've liked the fact you've kept us updated. So like on stuff like props and whatever, it's been nice that you guys have sort of included us, even though it's not really our thing. And you know, at the end of the day, we'll do what you say in terms of the props, but it's nice that you kept us updated, and it just makes you feel more of a team.
Keeps it real. It makes it real, damn it.
Yeah, no, it's been nice though. Like, you feel more included as a whole rather than it being like the actors on the periphery and you guys sorting everything out. It's like we're all in it, which has been nice.
Yeah, that's how we get you to do stupid hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I know there's method in your madness. I got it.
So, have you not had that much with other kind of productions you've been on?
No, I personally haven't. Okay. So they've not been as inclusive. So it's been maybe 1 or 2 rehearsals, but even then it's been quite exclusive in terms of we'll do scenes 1 and 7, so that only involves 2 characters of this whole script or whatever. So it's not been as much involvement with all of the actors, and also certainly never in terms of props, unless it's had a direct involvement on me. I've never been kept updated on props, so it's not any criticism. It's just different, but it's been nice.
Cool.
Being involved. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I think I've asked all the questions I want to ask. Anything you want to?
You gave us a bad experience. What's been your best experience?
Yeah, good call.
Feels like a good one to end on.
So far.
This is the best experience. Is that what I meant to say?
Yeah.
Yeah? Can I have that tenner now? A film I did last year. So there's no particular reason. They were just a really good bunch of people. Everyone was really nice. They stuck to the call sheets and call times. it was just kind of everything ran. I don't want to say like clockwork because there's obviously bits and bobs that go off tangent a little bit, but everything just went to plan. And everyone was just good eggs. That's, in my opinion, that's a good compliment.
Just one of those where everyone's working together.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what their role is and then you sort of get on with it.
There was no egos. There was, you know, it was really nice.
Shit, she's been spoiled.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was probably, like I said, there's no one standout thing in particular that made it really enjoyable. It was just everyone was just decent. Just got on with it. That was it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Any questions for us?
Do I have to have questions?
No, not at all. Just if you had any.
Oh God, I feel like I should. Favourite band?
Less than Jake.
Okay.
Nice. Streetlight Manifesto.
Oh my God. See? And we're ending on proof that I'm not cool.
The music that you paused earlier,
Yes.
that's Streetlight Manifesto.
Okay.
They had been playing. They have 4 albums. They're like part-time band now. I love them. They're like ska and punk.
Right.
And they're amazing.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. I'm sure they are. I've just never heard of them.
No, they are. It's universally accepted that they are amazing.
Okay.
And Less Than Jake are also very, very fucking good.
I've heard of them, but I don't know anything about them.
We have seen them like 4 times in the last 5 years. We're like having a break.
Yeah.
Like me and Sarah are having a break from like Real Big Fish, Less Than Jake. Bands you don't know because we've just seen them too much. They were like
really?
bands when we were growing up, coming up. They were like the MTV2 Kerrang music bands. And now there's like a renaissance where like we're now like 30, but they can still play at a reasonable level where you can enjoy their gigs and there's a nostalgia aspect.
Yeah.
So the circuit's been filled with them for quite a few years now, but it's too much, and it's always just the same ones because there's the ones where people have like passed on. There's the ones that are still going, but just with different lineups, and then there's the ones that just exploded and done, like died.
Oh really?
Yeah. So you just end up with this really small pool of like.
Oh. Cool. There we go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So is that your one question? Because it was questions. If you've got more, that's fine. It doesn't have to be about us. It's just if there's any questions, you know.
No, I don't think I've got any more questions. Sorry to be boring.
That's not boring. Be funny.
I can't.
Make a joke.
No. I can't. Honestly, I lack the ability to remember jokes. I just can't remember any. I'll remember one when I'm driving on the way home, and then I'll message you it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. But other than that, no, I can't be funny. I'm really sorry.
Cool. Right, thank you, Megan.
Thank you very much.
Glad we did this. It was nice to get to know your acting history and the like.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. If like you become big, will you do another one?
What do you mean if I become big?
Well, not big.
I'm massive
if you
already.
keep going, yeah.
No, I'm joking.
No, I mean, you know, when you become fat again. No.
Yeah? That's what I thought you meant.
Yeah. No, like,
I'm on my way. Yeah, of course.
I don't know. We have to see how Dinner and Flick goes, and then if you still want to work with us afterwards, and if we still want to do films afterwards, and all that jazz. But like in however long time, when like you've had more experience, would you come back, get hit with another pie, and then talk about your experiences again?
Of course. I'd love to.
Thank you.
You make good tea as well, by the way, both of you.
Yep.
Just want to point that out.
Love
Which
that.
is a big compliment because I'm very fussy about tea, but you make a good brew, both of you.
Yeah, with that, it's always making brews, and you got to make brews for each other. Like if I'm struggling writing, can't be going off because Tom can't make a tea that's up to scratch. And if Tom's midway through a fucking edit, I can't be going, Tom, here's a shit tea to make your edit more stressful.
Yeah,
You got to look
point.
after each other with
And
the
we drink a lot of tea.
And you've got Yorkshire tea as well, which I clocked when I first saw you, so that's cool.
We replaced alcohol, class A, B, and C drugs, pretty much everything with tea.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome. Tea and a cream egg solves everything.
No, not cream egg, just the tea.
Well, I'm just saying, that's mine.
Don't say that, it's wrong.
What? Do you not like... You don't like them, do you?
I don't like them all.
I like cream eggs, but I don't like sugar.
Pardon? You don't like sugar?
I feel like if there was less sugar in the world, I would be a healthier person.
There was less what?
Oh, so you do like sugar?
Yeah, no, I'm addicted to sugar.
Oh my god, I nearly had a heart attack. I thought you meant you don't like sugar. I was like, how is that possible?
Ooh, honey. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
We're done.
Okay.
We're done.
I think we were done a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.